Hello and welcome to another Scottish mountain walking guide. In today's video I travelled to Perthshire to walk up Ben Chonzie. Ben Chonzie has a good 4x4 rocky track that takes you up to around 800 metres in altitude, leaving you with only 130 metres and 2 kilometres of distance to cover to the summit. The total distance for today's walk is 14 kilometres with 720 metres of ascent. It is expected to take around 4 hours and 40 minutes to walk. This is another of the easier Munros due to the relatively easy ascent and the clear path you have to follow. Once you leave the rocky road, you soon come to a fence line that leads you directly to the summit. As always, links to the OS map for the route, the starting point car park and the Scottish Mountain Weather website are included in the description below. There is a small car park at the start of the walk, as well as a strip of land at the edge of a field that has signage asking people to reverse park, with the rear of the vehicle against the fence. In reality, most people just parallel park along the fence line. Parking is free, there are no height restrictions, you can probably fit around 15 cars if they're parked in parallel to the fence line. It's around 1 hour and 10 minutes drive from Glasgow, or an hour and 40 minutes from Edinburgh. The closest public toilet is in Comrie, 15 minutes drive away. Starting at the car park, you head north on a private road towards 2 white cottages. You bend to the right and then to the left as you follow the road in front of the cottages and around the garage at the corner here. Continue to travel north on that road, and this is a gravel 4x4 track that I mentioned. You follow that road all the way up. It crosses over a dry riverbed here. There's a small dam and the water seems to go underground for a little bit, so there was no water to cross at this point. Follow the road as it bends round. As you can see when I zoom in, there are a couple of tracks that go off. So one that goes off there to the left before you cross the river, and then another one here where the main path looks to be going straight on, but you take actually the bend to the left. You follow that, continuing uphill. You are going up the side of this little stream here. Ignore this junction to the left, continue straight up, and then you just follow the gravel road. It does start to get a bit steeper, you can see the contours here are getting closer together, but it's still just a walk. When you come to this point, you do have a choice. You'll see a cairn on the left hand side of the road. You can go off the road here and follow the grassy path. In this area it is more boggy and the ground is quite lumpy. It has been a while since I crossed over here, probably over 10 years since I last walked on this part of the route. For today's walk I chose to continue to follow the gravel track that takes you all the way up almost to the top here, just before it starts to flatten off that the gravel trail fades away. There's another cairn at the top here, and it's a clear path that you follow across here. You're not losing any height, you're gradually increasing in altitude, but it's not steep, as you can tell by the distance between the contours. Follow the clear path. I did notice at some point there was another path that went a little bit more to the right, and then joins up with this path here. It's not shown on this map, but this path goes all the way across. But if you follow the path, and I show it in the video, there's a point where you just keep to the left, and then continue to follow the path. It is a very clear and broad path, and it's nice and easy to walk on at this point. And as you go a little bit further along, you're going to join up to a line of fence posts. Now there is another path, and as you can see here, there's another 2 paths, and this path goes on north of the fence post. The line I'm showing here is the actual fence post line, and it does take a 90-degree bend at the corner here, and then you follow the fence posts and they lead you directly to the summit. One thing I'd like to point out is from the corner where the fence turns directly to the right, this 90-degree angle, it's about 1 kilometre to the actual summit. And if you look at this map and looking at the contours, it looks like there's a slight increase, and then it looks fairly flat and then another slight increase. But this is not actually how it looks in reality. So on the premium map, you can see there's an extra high spot here, there's a little high spot here. In reality, you're going along here and it goes up a step, but then it goes down a little bit, and then it goes up a bit, and then down a little bit, and then up again and down. So it undulates as you're going along here, and it's actually quite difficult to tell what is the highest spot. When you come to the summit, there is a large, wide cairn, and also it's a bit of a windbreak as well. So it's quite distinctive and quite obvious when you see the cairn. It's the largest cairn. But even along here, there were a number of cairns along the ridgeline. It was quite odd, quite unusual. But as I'm walking along here, you can see a number of cairns along here. So it would be easy to mistake any of these other cairns for being the summit. The true summit is over here, and it is a large cairn, and I'll show that in the video. On the day that I was there, the top was in cloud, and so it made it more difficult to see the path. On a better day, you would be able to easily follow this path. On the way back down, I cut the corner, which is what is shown here. Retrace your steps all the way back down to the car park. You just make your way back down to the cairn at the top of the gravel road, and then just follow the gravel road all the way down and all the way back down, and you'll come by the houses and back to the car park. Good morning. It's around 9 o'clock in the morning, -3 degrees at the moment. It was about -4 overnight. I've parked in the small car park here. You can fit about 3 cars in the actual car park, but they've made a long parking space at the side of this field, so you can reverse park side by side. Probably easily get about 20 cars in with this additional space. Just doesn't really look like much of a car park because it is a bit of grass next to the fence. One of the easier walks, should take, I'm going to guess, about 4 hours. Depends if there's a lot of snow at the top. Doesn't look like it from here, but you can't see the summit at this point. Easy road to follow, 4x4 track, takes us almost to the top. And from there it's a relatively easy incline to the actual summit. Nice morning. So from the car park, when you arrived at the car park, the main road went on to the left, down and over that bridge. The walker's path is up this private road that's on the right. So we'll leave, and you can probably see there's some walkers ahead of me. We go up and to the right of that white bungalow over there. When you come to these cottages, you'll see there's a sign for the public footpath heading to the right. So just go round and to the right of that green garage over there. There is a fork in the road. We're going straight ahead, bending round to the right to cross over the river here. Ignore the turn on the left. There's another fork in the road just after passing where you cross over the river. Although you don't actually see any water, it seems to go underground at that point. But as you come up here, this time keep to the left. Ben Chonzie is straight ahead, up in the cloud there. The weather report says it'll be 70% chance of cloud free. Hopefully it clears up a wee bit later on. This 4x4 track continues up the side of this river, crosses over a stream that goes more to the right, and then goes right up the centre of frame. You can see the actual road. It takes us all the way up pretty much to the top of the ridge there. At that point, the 4x4 track ends, and then we've got a left turn and a little bit of a walk to the summit. Relatively easy ascent. Very calm day today, no wind at all at the moment. And this is a nice easy walk, it's nice and easy underfoot. This is the last road junction that leaves the gravel track. There's a road there going across to the left. Just keep going straight ahead and up into the mountain. That's about an hour into the walk. Currently at 520 metres and the summit's around 920 metres. The starting car park is just below 220 metres. So I've only actually climbed 300 metres with 400 metres to go. I'm just coming into the clouds and a slight breeze as well. Can definitely notice the temperature dropping. When you get to this cairn at the side of the gravel track, you have a choice. You can take the more direct, shorter route, but it's steeper. And also, the last time I did this section, it was quite boggy and quite lumpy. It was about 10 years ago. The path may have improved since then. Or you can continue on the gravel track, going round to the right. And this is an easier ascent, but it's a longer route. It's about 1.5 kilometres longer there and back if you take the gravel track right to the end. So I'm going to take the gravel track on the way up. I'll probably just take it there and back. That ground's going to be frozen, it's going to be slippy, it's going to be hard. This is going to be easier to walk on. So I'm going to go round to the right, and that will be the route that I've described at the start of the video. If you change your mind, you get a second chance to cut across and go the more direct route. But once again, I'm going to continue to follow this track right to the end. I've now made it to the end of the marked gravel trail, or gravel road that's on the map. Another big cairn. This time, going to head round to the left. Should be relatively flat, and then a slight incline to the summit, but definitely an easier walk than going across those previous cairns. But like I say, it's a bit longer. I'm going to have to keep an eye on either the compass or the GPS in this cloud, but you can see there's a path straight ahead. This might not come out too well in the video, but the path does split again here. You can take either. You can go to the sort of one that's straight ahead, a wee bit to the right, or you can take the one to the left. I'm just going to take the one to the left. They both look much the same on the map. Just ahead, you can see where this path joins back up to the path that split off just a moment ago. That when I took the left, the path on the right comes up here. That one just goes out a little bit more to the north and then cuts back to the west. So we just cut the corner a little bit. Didn't lose any altitude, nice easy walk. You follow this path, it's a northwest direction for a little bit, it'll then turn to the right and go completely north and keep turning a bit to eventually you'll end up going a little bit northeast. So we're curving round to the left and then back to the right. For a moment there I had a little tiny bit of blue sky. You can just about make it out. From here there's 1 kilometre to walk along the side of this fence or these fence posts. 1 kilometre and only 30 metres of ascent. A nice gentle incline to the summit. And this whole path has been really easy. There is a path here that leaves the fence line and that's going more direct to the top, but once again I'm just going to keep it simple, follow the fence posts and that'll just curve round to the right a little bit ahead. Oh, there's a chance it might clear up. Still virtually no wind whatsoever. It's really nice. Oh, a little breeze, that might blow the cloud away. Now the path bends to the right, just like the fence. There's a sharp 90-degree turn in the fence there. We're going to go to the right now as well. And again, just keep following the fence. So you just keep following this fence all the way along. It is almost a kilometre from when I last discussed it. It is a bit of a walk along this fence. You'll see a few big rocks at the side, just ignore them. And then we are descending slightly. We're just undulating as we go along the ridge here. Just approaching the summit of Ben Chonzie. Quite easy to spot the summit cairn, it's fairly large. There's a smaller cairn just back there, but looking at the OS map, it doesn't look to be the summit. The sun's coming out a little bit. The wind's picking up. With a bit of luck, and I'll hang around for about 10 or 15 minutes. Get behind this cairn to get out of the wind. Wind chill is still quite cold. If you have a bit of luck, it will clear up. Last night was our company Christmas night out in Glasgow. And I went to it, but I didn't drink so that I could drive straight from there late at night up to the car park for this walk. It's starting to clear up a little bit. I've noticed a few of my videos recently have been very, very windy, but it doesn't come out well on the video. So I've invested in a wind meter. I don't know how accurate it'll be, but it's saying just now it's about 3.6 miles per hour wind. Temperature is saying it's 1.6, but I think I know it's dropping quickly, so I need to leave it out. It was in my bag, and we'll get a temperature reading. The time is 11:30. I've been at the summit about 5 minutes or so. So just under 2.5 hours to get to the summit. I think it's so cold here, I've broke the thermometer because it's definitely not 81.5 degrees Celsius. Just a slight breeze, and then when you bring it down to where I'm sitting behind the cairn, no wind at all. Okay, it's up to about 3 miles an hour. Clearing up very slightly. Changed it to Fahrenheit and it's saying 28.2 Fahrenheit, so at least that seems more accurate, below freezing. Oh, it's definitely below freezing. I've been at the summit for about 15 minutes, had something to eat, a hot flask of tea. Now just going to head back, just simply retracing my steps. It'll be a nice, easy and gentle descent all the way back down to the car park. There is only about 700 metres of ascent, so it makes it quite a nice easy walk. I don't know if I've ever had a view from the top of here. I was hoping to see the Ben Chonzie range, which would have been, I think, over that way. Anyway, I'll head back down now. So from the summit, I'm going to head southwest directly along the line of these fence posts. I may go a little bit more to the left because, as I saw on the way up, there was a path that just cut the corner a little bit when the fence takes that 90-degree turn, so I'll probably follow that round to the left. But if you're in any doubt, and if it's cloudy like this, then the easiest thing to do is just follow the fence line. It'll turn to the left up ahead, follow that down, you'll join back up to that path that's very clear, and eventually join the gravel track. Nice and easy descent. It's almost clearing up. You can see the summit cairn just over there. Oh, a top just poked out there. It is very cold holding the camera in my hand. My gloves are not touchscreen gloves, so you need to take them off. Once you come down this little rocky section, and this is the rockiest part of the whole walk, you'll see the fence goes sort of straight ahead as I'm looking, and there is a path visible to the left. So you can take this shortcut. It just cuts the corner where the fence does a 90-degree turn to the left. So I'm just going to go down and follow that. And now I've joined back up to the fence line, having cut that corner back there. So turning more to the left and just follow this all the way along. Yeah, the wind's picked up, it's blown the cloud away. It's still cloudy on the summit, but there is a series of cairns over there. Looks like there's a path going along with those cairns as well. We're bending round to the left, and you can see the fence is bending to the left as well. It's really nice when the sun comes out. So that's the summit of Ben Chonzie over there. Still got some light cloud in it. Definitely clearing up. I'm just going to follow my footsteps back the way I came up. So at this point, turning to the right, just now there's a big arrow, but it's obviously not a permanent feature. I'm back at the cairn that marks the end of the gravel road, or on the way down the start of the gravel road. From here it's easy to follow this gravel road all the way back to the car park. Just looking back up at Ben Chonzie. Summit is once again in cloud. It's quite nice on the path on the way down. I'm back at the car park. It's just after 1:20, so about 4 hours walking time roughly. It's nice and calm back down here. Doesn't feel too cold either. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and as always, I look forward to showing you some more of Scotland in the next one. Bye for now.